今夜の相手はフロンターレです。今シーズンはアウェー轟でリーグ戦とカップ戦でどちらもドローでした。今日ホーム再スタで決着をつけるために大事なポイントはどのあたりでしょうか。
Yeah, I hope that we can create today more opportunities than these two last games against Kawasaki, away games.
アウェー2戦より多くの決定機を作りたいと思っています。
So we are playing at home, so we would like to play very offensive today, and I hope it will be with good result for us.
ホームゲームということもあり、より攻撃的にプレーしたいと思ってますし、それがいい結果につながればと思います。
ありがとうございました。
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 ついに埼玉スタジアムで迎えるレッズとの戦いです。いろいろな意味で今夜のゲーム大事なゲームになると思いますが、位置づけについて聞かせてください。
いやもうやっぱり今日勝つかね負けるかで突破できるかどうかっていうねやっぱり全然変わってきますし、自力での突破っていうのを残す意味ではやっぱりね勝利が絶対だと思いますのでしっかり勝ちたいと思います。
今日送り出すメンバーも相当大事なミッションを背負ってるわけですね。
そうですね、そうですけれども、ただ、そこでね焦ることとか恐れることはなくて、やっぱり自分たちの、特徴をねどんどん出してほしいなというふうには思ってます。
その特徴を出してアジアチャンピオン相手に勝つと。
そうですね、簡単な、ね、作業ではないと思いますね。やっぱり今おっしゃられたようにアジアチャンピオンですし、やっぱり再スタですし、やっぱり簡単ではないですけど、やっぱり自分たちもね強い気持ちを持って挑みたいと思います。
メンバーの速報を見ますと、小林優さんが2ヶ月ぶり先発、この辺りの期待というのはどうなんですか。
いやもう常にどんな状況でもね彼は準備してくれてますので、そういう意味で言うとその期待に、ね、応えてほしいなという思いもありますね。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
鬼木監督に伺いました。
Well, hello and welcome to the Saitama Stadium as Urawa Reds play Kawasaki Frontale in round 5 of the group stage of the YBC Levain Cup. It's the business end of the group stage, and Group B couldn't be more evenly poised with just 2 points separating all 4 teams. Urawa Reds, the new champions of Asia, have won this competition 4 times previously, although not since 2016, and were knocked out in the semi-finals last season. Kawasaki Frontale lifted this trophy for the only time in 2019, part of a trophy haul of 6 in the last 5 years, including 4 J-League titles and an Emperor's Cup win as well. A club who prior to 2017 had never won a major trophy and have lifted all of the domestic honours since Toru Iniki took charge. Well, remarkably, these two have managed just 1 win between them in the group so far. Urawa Reds having drawn all 4, while Kawasaki Frontale failed to win any of their opening 3 until the 6-0 hammering of Shimizu S-Pulse last time out. 2 draws as well from their opening 4 games. Urawa Reds were held 0-0 at the weekend at Avispa Fukuoka on Saturday, their 4th goalless draw this season in all competitions. Kawasaki Frontale, having seemingly got back on track with their league form, suffered a 2nd straight defeat, having lost to FC Tokyo the week before last. They were beaten for the first time ever at Yokohama FC at the weekend to suffer a 2nd successive loss. Toru Iniki hoping his side will get back on track in this competition. Such an impressive arena, the Saitama Stadium. So many variables in Group B at the moment. If Kawasaki win here, then Urawa Reds cannot win the group. They could still qualify though in 2nd spot, unless Shonan Bellmare beat Shimizu S-Pulse as well in the other game. That would mean Urawa Reds being out of contention with a game to play. Only Urawa Reds and Shimizu S-Pulse in the other match can go out tonight. Nobody can confirm qualification to the quarter-finals with a game to spare. Well, Maciej Skorca, in keeping with the rest of the group stage, makes 11 changes from the goalless draw at Avispa Fukuoka. Guinea international Jose Kante comes in at centre-forward, still looking for his first goal for the club, with Brian Linson, who would usually lead the line in attack. The Dutchman this time, though, just in behind. Kazuaki Mawatari faces his former club, a former Kawasaki Frontale defender, the right back this evening for Urawa Reds. Referee for this one, Yoshimi Yamashita, 37-year-old who is on the FIFA list, taking charge of a 2nd YBC Levain Cup match this season, and indeed of her career as well. Only the central defensive partnership of Yamamura and Kuriyama remain from the shock defeat at Yokohama on Saturday. The 9 changes include the return of the suspended Yasuto Wakizaka in midfield. Yu Kobayashi is at centre-forward. He scored twice in a memorable 5-0 win here for Kawasaki 2 years ago. Kazuki Kozuka came on to good effect at Yokohama at the weekend in the 2nd half, while Brazilian Zhao Schmidt returns to the centre of midfield. Veteran Korean goalkeeper Jung Sung Ryong returns in goal, having to play 2nd fiddle in recent weeks to Naoto Kamifmoto. Maciej Skorca has already lifted the Asian Champions League in his first season in charge, although in fairness taking over with the club already in the final. Toru Iniki, who has led Kawasaki Frontale to every major honour, very nearly led them to 3 successive J-League titles. They were the only club in history in the J-League to win 4 titles in a 5-year spell. It's the first time, though, that the club has struggled since he's taken over. For a woeful start to this season, Kawasaki Frontale currently in mid-table and well off the title pace. Urawa Reds in mid-table at the moment, but they do have a couple of games in hand on the league leaders Vissel Kobe, currently 9 points off the top of the table. Could move to within 3. We're underway. Urawa Reds in the red, Kawasaki Frontale in the changed all-white strip. Place in the quarter-finals of the YBC Levain Cup, remember, up for grabs. Only the winners of the 5 groups automatically qualified. They'll be joined by the 3 best runners-up. It's the 3rd meeting between these 2 clubs already this season. The previous 2 both played in Kawasaki, both finished in draws. A 0-0 draw in this competition and a 1-1 draw in the J-League. Good forward, but to nobody in particular. And back with Young-Sun Rong. Vastly experienced goalkeeper, 38 years of age. Featured 8 times in the J-League this season before Naoto Kameth-Kmoto, the new signing from Kyoto Sanga, was installed seemingly as the present number 1. Launched by Young towards Yamada. Kobayashi ahead of him. Bit of space here though for Segawa, clips it into the centre. And Ursula's gone for the handball. He's saying it was chess, the referee not agreeing. And it is a free kick to Urawa Reds. Promising early break though from Kawasaki Frontale. Maciej Skorza, the coach of Urawa Reds, was suggesting ahead of kick-off that his side would be more attacking than they were in the 2 draws with Frontale that were played in Kawasaki. He said as the home tie, the impetus is very much with them. And they do need to get a win on the board. Potentially qualification for the quarter-finals could be out of their hands going into the final round of matches, which are around about a month from now in mid-June. Kawasaki go to Shonan Bellmare, Urawa Reds away to Shimazu S-Pulse. Yamada's touch into Wakizaka. Sorely missed in the midfield at the weekend. And here's a chance, and it's the opening goal for Segawa. And it is Kawasaki Frontale who strike first. Yusuke Segawa taking a matter of moments to put Kawasaki Frontale ahead here at the Saitama Stadium. Well, the opening couple of minutes have been really promising from Frontale. It is they, rather than the home side, who have been on the front foot. Segawa in all sorts of space here, just stepping away from his marker and planting the ball into the corner past Zion Suzuki. Moatari, the former Kawasaki Frontale player, not getting any near Yusuke Segawa. 2 goals in the J-League for Segawa this season. Now he is off the mark here in the YBC Levain Cup. Just 3 minutes in. Urawa Reds 0, Kawasaki Frontale 1. Free kick for Urawa Reds. David Moberg over this, the Swede. He's lost his place in the starting 11 in recent weeks, the 3-time Swedish international. Started just 4 J-League matches this season, Moberg. Featured in 3 of the 4 League Cup rounds so far. First test maybe for the experienced Young-Sun Rong in the Kawasaki Frontale goal. Waki Moratari is over this. Fed in by Moatari. It was a decent delivery. It was the head of the defender Yamamura. He got it away. Toroniki clearly happy with his central defensive partnership and just wanting to give them another 90 minutes together in the League Cup here. Seven years since Urawa Reds last won this competition. In 2016, the last of 4 successes. Moberg in low. Yamamura was there to clear it away again. Moberg. Segawa. Lovely ball forward again. And Yamada. Up against 2 defenders though for Kawasaki. Cuts in on the right foot, but well defended in the end by Urawa Reds. do look really dangerous on the counter-attack, Kawasaki Frontale. Just for a second, it seemed as though Shin Yamada was away. They won just 2 of their opening 9 league games this season, Kawasaki Frontale. They were beaten by the champions, Yokohama F. Marinos, at home on the opening day. They had a run of 4 unbeaten and 3 successive wins, which moved them into the top half until that 2-1 loss at FC Tokyo, and then lost by the same score at the weekend, unexpectedly, to Yokohama FC. They found a bit of form of late, Yokohama, the newly promoted side, who seemed doomed to return to J2. Kawasaki Frontale, unquestionably the team to beat in the last half-decade in Japan. Iwanami. Moatari. Good pressing though by Kawasaki Frontale. Urawa Reds struggling in possession of the ball at the moment. Iwanami back to Suzuki. Nwake. Away by Ohata. Here's Kante. Made the move in February from Chinese football in Kangzhou, where he scored 14 goals in 16 appearances. It was a short-lived spell with Kangzhou. Moberg. The step-overs to get away from Sasaki and get the cross in. Kante very nearly on the end of it. Rare opportunity for him to start up front. Started just 1 league game since his arrival in February. Has featured 5 times in the J-League. It's his 3rd League Cup appearance. There is a combination of results in which Urawa Reds and both Shimizu S-Pulse could be out of contention going into the final round of games. Second place might be enough to reach the quarterfinals, although not guaranteed. 2 of the 5 runners-up will go out. Here's Moberg, causing early problems for Sasaki there. Moatari with the cross in, tipped away, and Brian Linson hooking the ball back into the danger zone. Just played safe by Zhao Schmidt. Call to arms though for Jung Sung Rong. Still yet to see the best of Brian Linson in a Urawa Red shirt. Brought in June of last year. Almost had a year at the club now from Feyenoord. He had a decent scoring record, 21 and 63 in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. Injury though right at the start. Saw him miss 4 months of his debut campaign last season. He's yet to really kick on, has scored just the once, started just 3 league games. His only goal though, Linson, did come in the 1-1 draw at Kawasaki last month in the league. Put forward by Iwanami. Back with Zion Suzuki. 20 years of age, Suzuki. Yet to feature in the league this season. Did make a couple of J-League appearances in the last campaign, but he was playing for the 4th time in 5 games in the YBC Levain Cup this season. Here's Moberg. Usual first choice for Urawa Reds, Shisaku Ishikawa. 36-year-olds. Iwanami. Champions of Asia for the 3rd time, Urawa Reds. And for the 2nd time in 5 years, they have a remarkable record in that competition. Here's Sagawa. Fires it across. Turner's shot was on from Kobayashi. Yeah, he knows all about scoring here. As I said, a couple of goals in that 5-0 win here in March of 2021. As Kawasaki Frontale were on the road to lifting a 4th J-League title and to retaining the title they won in 2020. Can't get hold of the ball at the moment, Urawa Reds. They're very much second best to Kawasaki Frontale. Renault. It's the pressing of Kawasaki Frontale that has made Urawa Reds so uncomfortable in possession of the ball. Urawa Reds, champions of Japan 5 times, but incredibly only once in the J-League era, back in 2006. They won the last of those 5 titles, some 11 years before Kawasaki won their first of 4. And since that last league title, have won the Asian Champions League 3 times. Flip over the top and very nearly in behind there, Urawa Reds. Junpei Hayakawa, the 17-year-old, very nearly on the end of that. He's been given plenty of game time in the League Cup this season. He's featured just once off the bench in the J-League Hayakawa. His 3rd appearance, though, in this competition. Player of much promise. Did actually taste the Asian Champions League final. He came off the bench with 9 minutes to go in the first leg in Saudi Arabia, the 1-1 draw against Al Hilal. Didn't feature in the second leg here, though, where Urawa Reds lifted the trophy thanks to an own goal. Yamamura. Kizaka from Ominami. Yamamura. Kurumaya. Sasaki. Milberg chasing back. Who seem to be hitting the form in this competition at the right time. Kawasaki Frontale, 6-0 win last time out against Shimazu S-Pulse in their last home game in the group. Following a couple of 0-0 draws. Here's Sasaki. Poor delivery. And Zion Suzuki there just to gather it up. 14 minutes gone then. Urawa Reds 0, Kawasaki Frontale 1. A victory that, if it was to say like this, would mean that Urawa Reds couldn't win the group. They would be 4 points behind Kawasaki Frontale. And they'd be left playing for a potential best runners-up spot in the quarter-finals. They were beaten 5-1 in aggregate by Cerezo Osaka in the semi-finals of this competition last season. Urawa Reds. Cerezo came within minutes of lifting the trophy until that late double by Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Here's Moberg. Yamamura with the up and under. Schmidt will challenge for it. Did enough just to put off Kante. Iwanami. Mawatari. Stepping away from Sasaki. Just trying to establish some sort of possession of the ball here. Urawa Reds, Iwanami. Now Moberg. Kozuka with the foot in. Ohata. Iwanami. Inukai with the ball on. This is Ayakawa. And that's an easy gather for Young Seung-rong. Keen to make an impression. Junpei Hayakawa. Scored his first goal, first senior goal for the club in the 1-1 draw here with the group leaders Shonan Bellmare in the last rounds. Incredibly, a fourth successive draw for Urawa Reds. Through both their previous games, 1-1 here with Shimazu S-Pulse and Shonan Bellmare. And then 0-0 draws at Shonan Bellmare and Kawasaki, who are on the front foot again and win a corner. Well, knows his way around a league title win, Maciej Skorca. Won 6 Polish league titles, 2 each with Wisła Kraków, Lech Poznan and Legia Warsaw, so he's had success wherever he's been. Two-time Polish Coach of the Year. Came in, finished off the job in the Champions League and now hoping to get Urawa Reds back up the table. Swinging delivery, headed away by Inukai. It's behind for a goal kick. It's the only club disappointed that Urawa Reds lifted the Champions League was Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who missed out as a result of the holders being able to defend the competition, having finished outside of the top 3 and nor won the Emperor's Cup. Yamamura with the header down, here's Linson. Moberg with the touch into Kante. Now Linson, thought about the shot, and again, and this time does hit it, Kante! Well, that was a glorious chance for Urawa Reds. Determined work from Brian Linson. And a glorious chance for Jose Kante to maybe dispatch his first goal. May have been offside, actually. When you see the replay again, had he found the net. But twice Linson thought about the shot, the third time he did hit it. And the ball somewhat fortuitously almost finding its way to Jose Kante, who couldn't finish. There's a player that Maciej Skorca will know from his time in Poland with Legia Warsaw. Third corner for the home side, whipped in. Driven back in at pace from Hayakawa, 17-year-old now recycles it. Plenty of red shirts still in the penalty area. Hirano with the header back to Ohata. Chest down by Kante. And that's a throw for Urawa Reds. Coming into the game a little more now after a difficult start in which Kawasaki Frontale, I think, caught them on the hop a bit. Really quick start from the away side. It's good pressing from Kante. Moberg. Kante again. Hirano. Linson. Cleared away by Yamamura. Iwanami. Inukai. 30-year-old, the captain for Urawa Reds this evening. Tomoya Inukai. Hasn't featured at all in the league this season, Inukai. His third appearance, though, in the YBC Levain Cup. Schmidt. Yamamura. Yamada trying to make the run in behind for Kawasaki. Schmidt in a bit of space. It's played back instead to Yamama. Here's Kurumiya. Along this time towards Kobayashi. It's the one goal in the J-League this season for Kobayashi. It's in the 1-0 win at Kyoto Sanga earlier this month. Yamada. Free kick given against the Kawasaki Frontale winger. Hirano. Touched by Moberg to Kante. Moberg in support. Kante went for goal. And it wasn't too far away. Born in Barcelona in Spain, Jose Kante, but is an international for Guinea. Country where his family's heritage lies. Isn't too far away. Eager to make an impression at Urawa Reds. There's a real fight for that centre forwards position. Kante, Linson, and the current incumbent Shinzo Kuroki. He's 36, Kuroki. Kante 32 and Linson 32, so plenty of experience, but perhaps it is a part of the Urawa Reds lineup that does need some younger legs up there. Something that Maciej Skorza will be looking into. Here's a bit of space now for Yamada. Squares it first time, and touch of confusion there between Suzuki and Mawatari, right back and goalkeeper. Mawatari, though, taking matters into his own hands and just clearing it away. Here's Kozuka. He's a great user of the ball. Kazuki Kozuka. Fine deliverer of set pieces. Hasn't featured too much this season. The substitute appearance at Yokohama FC at the weekend, just his second league appearance of this campaign. Here's Moberg for Urawa Reds. Mawatari up in support with him. Kante there as well. Twisting and turning. Ayakawa. Now Linson. Straight at the goalkeeper though. He's found that position on the edge of the area a couple of times now, Brian Linson. It's an area from which he can be a significant threat. Two goals in all competitions. I spoke about the goal against Kawasaki Frontale in the league. He also scored in the 1-1 draw here with Shimizu S-Pulse, as we see Yusuke Segawa's goal again. It's 3 minutes into the game. Goals against Shonan Bellmare and Consadole Sapporo in the J-League this season. Now off the mark in the League Cup. His 6th League Cup goal of his career. Yusuke Segawa. Mawatari. Wanami. Inukai outside him. Ohata as well. It's played in field to Hirano. Wanami. Space here for Moberg, who's seeing plenty of it, the Swede, on this near side. Hayakawa. Swapped in off the left for the moment. Puts it out for Brian Linson, who just lost his footing at an inopportune moment. And his first touch seemed to take him away from Takaba Ominami. He was He's a big favourite with the final supporters in the Eredivisie, Brian Linssen. 32-year-old Dutchman. Played in the Europa Conference League final defeat against Roma for Feyenoord at the end of last season. He was pretty prolific at Vitesse Arnhem as well, 41 goals in 88 games there. Groningen, Heracles and VVV Venlo before his spell with Feyenoord, so did the rounds a bit in the Eredivisie, Linssen. First time he's actually played club football outside of the Netherlands. Here's Moberg. Kante making his way into the box. Moberg delivers. Kante couldn't control and cleared away by Ominami. It's Moberg again though. And no real power or pace to trouble Jung Seung-rong. Goalkeeper capped 67 times by South Korea. Has enjoyed all of the glory that Kawasaki Frontale have enjoyed since he joined in 2016 from Korean side Suwon Blue Wings. Couldn't have imagined the level of unprecedented success, could he? When he joined Kawasaki Frontale in 2016, the club hadn't won anything of any significance other than a couple of second-tier titles. Schmidt. Sagawa. It's a poor ball. Yu Kobayashi was ready to pounce. They want to have a good run in the Champions League this season. Toruniki, a club who's never been beyond the quarter-finals. It's the 10th time they've qualified for Asia's top club competition, but they exited in the group stage in 3 of their last 4 appearances. Kobayashi. Won by Kozuka. Schmidt. Sasaki. Yamamura. Now Kurumiya. Space again here for Sasaki. Been the better side, Kawasaki Frontale. They've been the more organised, the more slick of the two in this opening half an hour. Certainly worth the lead. Here's Shibato. Yamamura, headed away by Inukai. Moberg, Kante. Slick football, Hayakawa. Kazuka though getting goal side to make life difficult for him. Here's Shibato. Iwanami. From Mowatari. One of the best supported clubs in Japanese football, Urawa Reds. Despite all those Champions League successes that they've enjoyed, they're desperate to become champions of Japan again, and this could well be their year with Matej Skorza in charge. It's very open. Everybody's beating each other at the moment. Vissel Kobe, the league leaders, have already lost a couple of games. One of them against Urawa Reds. They may be 9 points off the pace at the moment, but as I said, still have those 2 games in hand. Urawa Reds' form actually in the Levain Cup has been generally poor. They've only won 1 of their last 13 League Cup games. That was a 3-0 win here against Nagoya Grampus in the second leg of the quarter-final last season. They've drawn 10, incredibly, and lost 2 in the 12 since then. And find themselves behind at home here to Kawasaki Frontale. They have a decent record here. They've won 9 and lost 9, drawing 4 times in the last 22 visits here. And overall have just about had the edge in the last 50 against Urawa Reds with 20 wins to 17 defeats. So, not too much of a surprise that they find themselves in front here. He'll be disappointed with the start that his side has made. He promised that they come out on the front foot, and it hasn't really been allowed to happen. Sasaki. Kurumaya. Kozuka. This is neat football again. Kizaka. Quite on the same wavelength as you, Kobayashi. Toraniki will be desperate for his side to get back on track after those 2 damaging away defeats. They're at home to struggling Kashiwa Reysol on Sunday, and then it is the trip to the league leaders Vissel Kobe. They really will need to put an almighty run together. They're not too far off the top 3 in terms of re-qualifying for the Champions League. The YBC Levain Cup is certainly a welcome distraction for Kawasaki Frontale. If they can make it through to the quarter-finals, they will continue to chase on 4 fronts. Remember, at the start of June, the Emperor's Cup gets underway. Both these sides with home ties against lower division opposition. Here's Moberg. Mawatari. By Owanami. Shibato. Space here for Mawatari, the former Kawasaki player. Sasaki gets it away. Segawa into Wakizaka. The pressure there on Yamamura. Cleared it away, and Minami maintains possession under pressure from Brian Linson. Busy first half so far from the Dutchman. A couple of sights of the Kawasaki Frontale goal. That was a clumsy challenge though on a Minami. Minami, who has 1 cap for Japan, the 25-year-old. He joined Kawasaki Frontale in the summer for this season from Kashiwa Reysol. He spent the last 3 years. There's Moberg. Yamamura. Sasaki couldn't control. Still 10 minutes to half-time. Kawasaki Frontale leading by that Segawa goal to 0. Wanami. Inukai. Now Wanami. Watari in space outside. Moberg again hugging the touchline, gets it back from Shibato. It's all become a little pensive from Urawa Reds. It is, of course, the chance you take when you do make so many changes for the League Cup. It is seen as a competition where coaches can give promising youngsters minutes that they probably wouldn't get, particularly for the big clubs in the Champions League or indeed the J.League. Particularly in the group stage, but this will be the final season of the group stage of the League Cup. Next season, all the J2 and J3 clubs will be included, and it will become a more traditional knockout cup competition. over the top for Hayakawa to chase. Ohata wins the free kick. It's determined play from the left back. Yamada getting the wrong side of him. He's always going to find it difficult to try and win the ball in that situation. A chance for Urawa Reds, a bit of pressure on Yoon Sung-rong in the Kawasaki Frontale goal, who, in truth, other than fielding a couple of routine saves, hasn't had a great deal to do so far. There's Urawa Red supporters doing their bit to get behind Rezu. It's an in-swinger, punched away though by Yoon Sung-rong. Hirano fancies it. I don't think that was quite what was in his mind's eye, though. Really poor effort in the end from Yuichi Hirano. Featured in all 5 rounds of the League Cup so far, Yuichi Hirano. Just a couple of sub-appearances in the J.League so far this season. From second division side Mito Hollyhock in 2021. Iwanami's header. Sego on his heels a bit and allowed the challenge from Hirano. He played at a very good tempo this first half. I feel that Kawasaki Frontale have been largely in control of the pace of the game. Here's Kante. Now Moberg. A lot of possession, the home side, but not done a great deal with it. It seems to be more measured when Kawasaki Frontale have the ball. Here's Kozuka. Wakizaka. Spread out towards Yamada. He should keep this in and does under pressure from Ohata. Well played by Yamada. Minami with the cross in, tipped away by Suzuki. And then Moberg helps with the clearance, only as far as Kozuka though. Now Kozuka. Wakizaka. Schmidt. These are the spells of controlled possession I was talking about with Kawasaki Frontale. The problem with that this season is that they've lacked a bit in the final third. The weekend against Yokohama FC, they utterly dominated possession of the ball, but were continually caught by the home side on the counter. Conceded twice here, could have been more. Struck the frame of the goal twice, Yokohama. Played by Yamada to wriggle away from Ohata. Suzuki, interesting technique just to palm the ball away rather than punch. Didn't get a great deal of distance on that. Free kick then for Kawasaki Frontale. Approaching the final 5 minutes of the first half. Hit away by Inukai. Hit back in first time by Segawa. Picks up the loose ball again. Well defended by Ohata. It's another corner though for Kawasaki Frontale, who are keeping Urawa Reds' pen back at the moment. Inukai with the initial header out, not a great deal of distance on it though, and it landed perfectly for Segawa to hit the volley. This goal separating the sides at the moment. Season with the club after signing from Shonan Bellmare, where he spent just the year, the side who currently top this group. Yamada to deliver. In-swinger with the right foot. Inukai is the defender who's there again to head it away, the Urawa Reds captain. Yamada's delivery was poor this time. This was the clearance away. Wakizaka looking for options from the throw. Wakizaka, a player who's been voted into the J-League's best 11 for the last 2 seasons. Just a handful of caps at the moment for Japan with 4. Yamada. Minami. Yamada looking to go on the outside of Ohata. Kozuka. Schmidt. Kizaka. Minami back with Yamamura. Swung in behind. Kobayashi very nearly on the end of that. Good spot. Almost a good delivery, but the presence of Iwanami enough to deny you Kobayashi getting on the end of it. Ohata. Here's Inukai. Iwanami. Unable to build up a head of steam here, Urawa Reds. Gamba Osaka 3-1 in their last home game here 10 days ago, but did lose 2-0 to Sagan Tosu before that. That is their only defeat here though this season, and their only loss in their last 11 here since back-to-back defeats to Cerezo Osaka in September last season, one of which included the League Cup semi-final, which was a rather embarrassing 4-0 loss at the hands of Cerezo Osaka. Here's Brian Linson. Inukai. Yamamura's header away to Aminami. It's a free kick to Kawasaki. Minutes of the break. Maybe they can hold on to this or add to it. Kawasaki Frontale will put themselves into a really good position in this group going into their final game, which is away to Shonan Bellmare. Yamada. 18th of June, the next round of the YBC Levain Cup. Shin Yamada has been lively on that right side for Kawasaki Frontale. 22-year-old with a big future ahead of him, you feel. It's a breakthrough campaign for Shin Yamada. Hadn't played for the club in the league prior to this season, but has featured 14 times, mostly from the bench, just a couple of starts. He's always a threat when he comes on with his pace and creativity. Just a minute to be added on at the end of this first half. Wanami's header. Picked up by Hirano. Time running out for Urawa Reds if they are to level this game up before half-time. Kante. Mawatari. This is promising though. Yakoa ran into space. Sagawa with the flicked header. Here's Wakizaka. Kawasaki weighed in with a couple of goals last time out in the 6-0 win against Shimizu S-Pulse. It was Wakizaka who scored in the 1-1 draw in Kawasaki in the J-League against Urawa Reds this season. And the half-time whistle goes. It's Kawasaki Frontale in pole position thanks to Segawa's goal after just 3 minutes. Urawa Reds with plenty of improvement and work to do in the second half. At half-time then here at the Saitama Stadium, it is Urawa Reds 0, Kawasaki Frontale 1. Welcome back to the Saitama Stadium, where Kawasaki Frontale are leading Urawa Reds by 1-0. The third meeting of these two sides this season. The previous two, both in Kawasaki, were drawn. But Frontale have shown that their form on the road this season has been more impressive than back in their home city. They've picked up more points away from home in the league, 12 in all, as opposed to just 6 on their own ground. So perhaps no surprise that they're leading here, although they do come here off the back of successive away defeats at FC Tokyo and Yokohama. It's looking like third time lucky on the road, though, in their present run, leading 1-0. If it does stay like this, Urawa Reds will not be able to finish top of Group B and will be relying on winning their last group match to try and sneak one of the 3 best runners-up spots. Or they could try and turn this around in the second 45 minutes. There was much promise of attacking football from Maciej Skorca ahead of kick-off. Haven't seen any examples of that, really, from Urawa Reds so far in the first half. The second half underway then. Goal from Yusuke Segawa just 3 minutes in, separating the two sides at the moment. Ohata. Inukai. Looking for a measured ball down the line to Brian Linson, but was nowhere near picking him out. Linson on his heels as well. Minami with the throw. Launched by Yamamura, the header flicked on by Kobayashi. Rather clumsy coming together. Owatari. With Suzuki. A bit of a chance there with Kobayashi and close attendance. Some wrong launches it. Neither side has made any changes at half-time, and that's the first yellow card of the game. Kazuki Kozuka straight through the back of Yuichi Hirano. Hasn't been as effective in the game, Kozuka, as he was on Saturday in the second half after coming off the bench. Inukai. Too high for Kante. Yamamura with the ball forwards. Shibato. Linson. It was expected that Linson would be in behind Kante and Hayakawa on the left wing, but it's been the other way round. Linson has been playing wide and Hayakawa, the 17-year-old, in the hole just behind the Guinea international striker. Here is Hayakawa. Big responsibility to play there for the 17-year-olds. Here's Linson. Ohata. Hirano. Space here for Iwanami. It's on the overlap. Three infield instead to Hirano. Almost came back to Iwanami, the centre-back, and it is a throw for Urawa Reds, who have started this second half more on the front foot than they did in the first. Finally, perhaps living up to their coach's pre-match promise. Hayakawa. Lifted over the top towards Linson, who's in there. Couldn't get the shot away, though. Starting on the left, but will try and get himself forward and into the penalty area as much as possible. Just tried the impudent little flick to play in Kante. Intercepted by Sasaki. Segawa to Yamada. Wakizaka. Just as well Kozuka wasn't under pressure there because he clearly lost a bit of concentration. Back with Kozuka again. Space for Sasaki. Into Segawa, the goal scorer. To find Kobayashi. Well defended though by Inukai. In again to Kobayashi, who looked as though he controlled it perfectly initially, but then just unable to finish it off. The Urawa Reds made a bit of a hash of clearing their lines. There's no question of offside. It was a perfectly timed delivery and run by Yu Kobayashi on the chest, but a bit of a swipe in the end. Took his eye off it, frustrated with himself, the centre forwards. And it remains 1-0. Here's Kante. Turns, gets the shot away and scores brilliantly. Fabulous goal from Jose Kante. And Urawa Reds have their equaliser. And he has his first goal in the shirt of Urawa Reds. And it's 1-1. A much brighter start to the second half, rewarded with an equaliser. Moberg's ball into Kante, who still has work to do here. But a lovely turn, and what about the finish into the top corner? Turned away from his marker, Ominami, superbly. And what about that for a finish? When you see it from that angle, not quite so in the top corner, but the power getting the beating of Jung Sung Rong. It's Urawa Reds 1, Kawasaki Frontale 1. And these two sides level again. Frustration for Toru Iniki, who saw his side deservedly lead at half-time, but his team have come out with a lot more purpose. Moberg. It's into the penalty area, not cleared away. Linson was ready to pounce. So 0-0 and 1-1 in the two meetings at Kawasaki this season, and here we are at 1-1 again. And as it stands, Urawa Reds facing a fifth straight draw in Group B of the YBC Levain Cup. Moberg certainly wasn't favourite to get there initially, and Kurumaya did well to time the slide. It's the way it's been going this season for Kawasaki Frontale. On top in games, but not getting the results that they feel their players warranted. Foul given against Sasaki. A chance for Urawa Reds perhaps to turn this game right on its head again. Free kick whipped in. Ayakawa. Linson on the volley, straight at the goalkeeper. Great chance for the Dutchman, and he's a player with the technique to finish that. Just shows how fragile the confidence is for Kawasaki Frontale at the moment, whichever 11 is out there for the four-time champions. The concession of that goal, and they're certainly rocking a bit here. He knows that was a chance, Linson. Doesn't give too much away. I say Skorza on the Sidelines for Urawa Reds, but inside he'll be delighted with the start that his side have made. They've clearly responded to what was said in the dressing room at half-time. There's every chance that this group could go to the final day with all 4 teams in with a chance of winning the group and qualifying automatically. If we do finish runners-up, it's a wait-and-see situation until the results come in elsewhere. It's all boiling down to what looks like being a fairly dramatic final round of the group stage on June the 18th. Suzuki. His header. Hirano. Shibato in support. It's spread out instead to Ohata. Now Linson. Kante. What a weight that is off the shoulders of any striker who's joined a new club, scoring his first goal. 5 J-League appearances and a couple in the League Cup. No goals in his opening 7 appearances, but now Jose Kante off the mark with the equaliser for Urawa Reds here. Moberg. It's a different game now. Hirano. Swings a cross in. Kante couldn't get there. Linson could squeeze the shot through, but straight at Young-Sung Rong. He's had a few sights now of the Kawasaki Frontale goal, Brian Linson. Went for the low finish, but just too close to the goalkeeper and didn't get the accuracy he was looking for, the Dutchman. Schmidt. Moatari. Nudged into by Sagawa. Just to Rakizaka going across to deliver the corner. The 4th for Kawasaki Frontale, double the amount that the home side has won in this game. Remain hopeful. It's an in-swinger. The goalkeeper, Suzuki, made a bit of a meal of it. Good support here for Kawasaki Frontale. It's a drive of less than an hour, probably about 45 minutes, 56 kilometres from Kawasaki to Saitama. Around about an hour using the train or subway in the greater Tokyo region. There's Moatari. Kawasaki Frontale preparing some changes by the looks of things. Taro Oniki not happy with the way the second half is panning out. It's into the box again, the turn by Kante! And the wrong side of the post. There's one or two who thought it had found the back of the net. It's the way it can sometimes go for a striker who's been struggling for goals. He scores one and then another comes quickly along. Yusuke Sagawa, the goal scorer, is being replaced. It's Diatono who's coming on. There is Sagawa's goal. Just 3 minutes into the game. Diatono, who scored a couple of goals in this 6-0 win against Shimizu S-Pulse last time out. Started at the weekend in the defeat to Yokohama, and it looks as though Hiroki Sakai is about to come on for Urawa Reds, the right back. Kobayashi, Kitaka with the shot that's blocked behind by Iwanami for a corner. You would imagine that Mawatari would be the player replaced. Indeed, that's what's going to happen. So Hiroki Sakai is on. Fantastic player. 74 caps for Japan. Carved out a career for himself in European football with the likes of Hanover in Germany and Marseille in France. Veteran of 3 World Cups for Japan, Hiroki Sakai. 1 or 2 niggling injuries this season. He's played just 7 times in the J-League, but on he comes now. Once scored an 89th minute equaliser in a 1-1 draw against Kawasaki Frontale in November of 2021. Kizuka, the ball in. Kozuka closed down. Kawasaki looking to keep the Urawa Reds pen back here. Kozuka lifting the ball to the far post, but headed away by Shibato. Tono. Chance for the substitute to run at the Urawa Reds defence. Heavy touch from Aminami. Quarter of an hour into the second half, a really intriguing contest now, 1-1. Kante's equaliser 6 minutes into the second half. Really well taken goal. Aminami culpable there really for not getting close enough and allowing him to turn and fire past Jung Seung-rong. As things stand, they would still be a point behind Kawasaki Frontale, who would have 6 going into the final round. Urawa Reds would have 5. Kozuka. By Tono. Sasaki. Tono would have been in had the ball been played better by Sasaki, but he played it straight to Shibato. Kuruyama. Sasaki back to Jung. Confirmation of that change with Sakai coming on at right back. Fired across by Yamada. Too much pace on it though. J-League title winner Hiroki Sakai way back in 2011 with Kashiwa Reysol. He's very different at Reysol this season, struggling at the wrong end of the table. Side that Kawasaki Frontale face next. They have a home game after 3 successive road trips. Tono. Again by Kozuka. Good pressing from Urawa Reds. Yamamura. Kawasaki keeping possession though. Yamada. Wins the corner off Ohata. Just playing their way back into this Kawasaki Frontale after a ropey start to the second half in which Urawa Reds took the game to them and grabbed their equaliser. Hiroki Sakai coming on and immediately organising things. 3 times as many corners won now as the home side. And they made one count though. Moberg guarding the front post for Urawa Reds. Kizuka's ball in. Here's Kurumaya. Schmidt. A great deal of impact on the game, Xiao Schmidt. He's playing in that holding role in there for Kawasaki Frontale. It's a position that Toru Iniki can't quite make his mind up who is best suited to play that. Yamada in space on this near side. Picks it up from Wakizaka. Kurumaya. Twisting and turning, the cross into the centre, just flicked away from danger. His ball in, not the best. Schmidt sprays it out to the wing again. Sasaki. It's a deep cross. Yamada with the header down. Wakizaka trying to turn and get the shot away. Yamada does, and it's deflected behind. Plenty of bodies forward there, Kawasaki Frontale. Urawa Reds not dealing with the deep delivery. Yamada with the initial header, Wakizaka twisting and turning. Kobayashi trying to get the shot in, and then Yamada puts it wide. Just wondered if there was a deflection on that on the way through, and indeed the referees agreed, so it is a corner for Kawasaki Frontale. Swinger by Wakizaka, right the way through, and Inukai did really well to clear that away. The awkward one landed at his feet inside his own 6-yard box. Mr. Wakizaka driving his team forward in this second half. Kawasaki Frontale back in control in terms of the ball, setting the tempo with this game, and it remains at 1-1. Iwanami. Tomoya Inukai. Stay down, but nobody up there for Urawa Reds. Sasaki happy to see it back to Young Sung Rong. Changes being prepared here by Kensei Skorza. Lost that early second half impetus brought about by getting on the front foot, and Kante's equaliser. Minami. Kawasaki Frontale throw. It looks like a player who's had a weight lifted. Kante with that goal. Okubo and Ito preparing to come on for Urawa Reds. Hirano. Schmidt. All sorts of space here for Kozuka in the centre for Kawasaki Frontale. Under pressure from Linson. Certainly can't fault the work rate of Brian Linson, who's really been getting stuck in all over the place. He's created one or two problems defensively for Frontale. Sasaki and Moberg colliding there. It's the Swede who's come off the worst. Getting a knock to the larynx by the hooks of it. Nothing intentional. So Moberg is off. Kaito Yasui is on. Hirano replaced by Atsuki Ito. centre of the midfield. And Hayakawa, the 17-year-old, replaced by Tamawaki Okbu. So a triple change from Skortsets, 4 now. He's made in the second half. Okubo, Yasui and Ito all on. There's Minami. Vincent chasing back. He's also the player who finds himself taken off, Brian Linson, when he starts games, but given his work rate and the effort levels he's put in, I'm not surprised to still see him out there. And he does look one of the biggest threats for Urawa Reds as well, the Dutchman. Okubo, Yasui and Ito, bringing on 4 goals between them this season. Yasui just 23. Made the breakthrough last season, scored his first senior goal in the league this year. Sakai. Crossing again, Sakai was forward again and just couldn't finish it off. It was a lovely, powerful move from the Urawa Reds right back. Iwanami. Yes, we're getting the cross in, the header on. And drifts behind for a goal kick. Good move though from Urawa Reds. Sakai stayed up there, but it was off the head of Atsuki Ito. In every league game for Urawa Reds this season, Ito. Just the 1 goal, coming in the 1-0 win at the league leaders Vissel Kobe in March. Does have a goal against Kawasaki in a 3-1 win here last season. Triple change coming up then for Kawasaki Frontale. Tashi Banada, Miyashiro and Seko, who scored a really well taken free kick against Yokohama at the weekend. Kozuka coming off. Kizuka as well. Tashi Banada will take over the captain's armbands. Change up front as well. Kobayashi is replaced by Taizei Miyashiro, who has been the first choice striker in the league this season. Only 4 goals though in 14 appearances. Did score a penalty in this competition in the 3-2 loss at Shimizu S-Pulse on the opening round of action in the YBC Levain Cup. Kawasaki Frontale on the front foot immediately and fired off target by Seko. They'll have the taste for goals now after his strike at the weekend. They were 2-0 down at the time. It gave Kawasaki Frontale some hope with 20-odd minutes to go in the game, but they were unable to find an equaliser to preserve their unbeaten record in games away to Yokohama FC, who picked up their first ever home win against Kawasaki Frontale and their first win against them in over 20 years. Yamamura. It's a lovely little touch by Miyashiro, but just couldn't get on the end of his own piece of control. Tricked the defender, but just a bit too heavy. Urawa Reds at the other end. The player who's down. Well, this match kicked off later than the other game in this group between Shimazu S-Pulse and Shonan Bellmare. That game is finished and Shimazu S-Pulse have won it. So they're on 7 points now. Shonan Bellmare on 6. If this finishes like this, Kawasaki Frontale will have 6 and Urawa Reds 5. That means just 2 points will separate the whole group going into the final round of games in mid-June. Here's Sakai. Cross into an area, the only part of the penalty area really where there was no Urawa Reds players. Ohata. Kicked into the box by Shibato. Back safely in the arms of Yun in the Kawasaki Frontale goal. Ohata. Ito. Hiroki Sakai. Formation of the 3 Kawasaki changes. Seko will go into that holding role. Schmidt just in behind with Tashibanada. There is Schmidt. I do beg your pardon, they've got 2 in the holding role now with Schmidt and Tashibanada, and Seko just ahead of them. Minami. Draw here, better result for Kawasaki Frontale than it is for Urawa Reds, who really do need to win this game. He tried to go over on the outside. The final match away to Shimazu S-Pulse. Remember, qualification wouldn't be in their own hands even if they were to win that last game, because Kawasaki Frontale would be ahead of them, and if they were to win at Shonan Bellmare, they would be top of the group. So many permutations though. What an intriguing group this is, Group B. And what an intriguing contest this has been. 1-1. Heading for the 3rd straight draw this season between these two. Kawasaki Frontale making their final change. Hiro Naga coming on for Shin Yamada. That's a straight swap. Inaga with so much experience, 36 years of age. Scored a penalty in a 3-1 loss here to Urawa Reds last season. Inaga. Kawasaki Frontale now with pretty much their first choice forward line, the forward line that would start in the league now. Ainaga, Miyashiro, Tono. Seko and Tashi Banada in the midfield as well. It's as strong as it gets for Kawasaki Frontale. And the fifth and final change for Urawa Reds. This is Toshiki Takahashi coming on for Kai Shibato. Takahashi, yet to feature in the league this season, signed from Roasso Kumamoto, side in J2. It's out of players. Ominami tried to hook it back in. Second appearance for Takahashi. His first in this competition, the 0-0 draw at Shonan Balmare on match day 1. Came off with an injury though after 15 minutes. Zainaga to move into the last 10. Tashi Banada to Seko. Tashi Banada to Miyashiro. Trying to work the opening for the shot. Cross into the box again. Tashi Banada looking to get on the end of it, but Sasaki clears it away for our Reds. Minami. It's fallen kindly for Kante, and the counter could be on here for Urawa Reds. Okubo was in space ahead of him. Here's Linson, and back to Ito. He may go alone, just didn't have the pace to get away. And then the little back heel not quite coming off for Kaito Yasui. Iwanami. Sakai. To Yasui. Linson, just over the top. Another chance for the Dutchman goes begging. Well, had he had his shooting boots on today, he could have had a couple for Urawa Reds, Brian Linson. That's possibly the clearest cut chance he's had though. Centre of the goal. Just needs to keep his head over it. Got underneath it horribly there, Linson, and he's frustrated. Player of his ability and experience, you would have expected to at least make the goalkeeper work from there. Oh, heads up. As things stand, Urawa Reds would be bottom of the group going into the final round of games. Bottom of the group, but only 2 points off the top. Kawasaki Frontale could get themselves back in front and win this game, then they would go to Shonan Balmare on the final round, top of the group, on 8 points, one ahead of Shimizu S-Pulse. The way things stand, Shimizu S-Pulse are going to go from bottom to top at the end of this round if this finishes in a draw. Long way to go yet though. Final 7 minutes plus whatever time is added on. Here's Yasui. Throw for Kawasaki Frontale. Takahashi able to keep the ball in play. Schmitz. Ball back to Kuruyama. Sasaki. Put away by Inukai. Kuruyama. Kante did well to pick up possession. It's he and Linson against 3 at the moment. Seko covered well. The Urawa Reds still have it though. Yasui. Now Linson. Kante challenging for it, but Schmidt with the header away. Here's Sakai. Space for Okubo. Just unable to get the cross in, but does win the corner. Who did spend time in the Tokyo Verdy youth team, but came through the ranks at Urawa Reds. 47 league appearances for Okubo. It's only the 3rd corner Urawa Reds have won in the game. And it comes with 5 minutes or so to go of the regulation 90. Okubo won the corner to deliver. Swing with the left foot. Strong header away by Miyashiro. And now Yasui forces the save from Young-Sung-Rong. Good strike from the midfielder Kaito Yasui. Miyashiro with the header away, but Yasui picking up that possession. Just a little change of feet, finding the space to Tess Young, who did well. Goalkeeper and defender getting it away between them. Throw for Urawa Reds though. Sakai with it. Home side finishing strongly here. Kante. Match this between really Japan's most successful team in continental competition in recent times, up against the most successful side domestically. They really have won everything in the last 5.5 years since Toru Iniki was given the job. Quite a remarkable job from Toru Iniki, his first senior role as a manager at any club. It's a good save that from Young, clawing it away from Yasui, who made the space expertly to get the shot in. Let's have a couple of goals in the J-League this season. Target in the Champions League run as well, Yasui. Scored in the Champions League actually before registering a domestic goal in the J-League, Yasui. Cross in, a free header, and it's a good save by Suzuki. Well, all of a sudden, the Urawa Reds were sleeping defensively. And a wonderful opportunity there for Akihiro Einaga. Heading perhaps not particularly a strong point for the veteran winger. Player also comfortable playing in the centre of midfield as well, Einaga. He has it again now. Well, goes for goal. Cheekily, but Suzuki read it. He looks to have a really bright future ahead, the young Urawa Reds goalkeeper, Zion Suzuki. Yellow card for Einaga. Second to see yellow for Kawasaki Frontale. Kazuki Kozuka was booked before him, player who's been taken off. Ohata. Cross in, Linson's header. Wrong side of the post, and that's the way it's been going for him tonight. And in many ways, the way it's been going since he's moved to the J-League. Never helps when you move to a new club, though, and you get a serious injury, as he had. 4 months out with a muscle injury. You always want to hit the ground running with a new club, rather than being sat on the sidelines. Played just 3 times last season. Yet to really hold down a regular first team place though, Linson. Here's Kante. Out wide to Sakai. He's got plenty of space to use here. 4 to aim for. It's just behind Kante. Oh, it's gone in! And Urawa Reds have surely won it. Zhao Schmidt with the final touch. And agonisingly the ball wrong-footing his goalkeeper, Young-Sung-Rong. And surely Urawa Reds are going to pick up their first win in this season's YBC Levain Cup. It was a good move that made the opening. Kante's ball out to Sakai, his delivery in, and Schmidt saw the ball extremely late, couldn't readjust, and the ball has gone in inadvertently off the Brazilian. Urawa Reds 2, Kawasaki Frontale 1. And it could just be that the two sides who were third and fourth in this group at the start of play will go into the final round, first and second. So unfortunate for Schmidt, but Kawasaki Frontale facing a third successive defeat now on the road after defeats in the league at FC Tokyo and Yokohama. Oh, that is agonising. A goal up at half-time. But an own goal with a minute to go. Here come Kawasaki at the other end, though. And that's well gathered by Sung Rong. The flag did belatedly go up in the end. 4 minutes to be added on. It was Tono's effort. Not only a third successive away defeat for Kawasaki Frontale, but a third successive 2-1 loss. As things stands, Urawa Reds will have 7 points, as will Shimazu S-Pulse. Shonan Bellmare 6 and Kawasaki Frontale 5. 2 points separating the whole group. It is going to be quite a final day in Group B. Away by Schmidt, Seko. All not lost yet for Kawasaki Frontale. Could they yet hit back? Well, they don't stop. But it has been a very difficult season for Kawasaki Frontale supporters who have grown used to success in the last 5 seasons. First club to win 4 J-League titles in a 5-year spell. They were within 2 points of winning 3 in a row last season. Couldn't overhaul Yokohama F. Marinos in the end. They won their first Emperor's Cup, their first League Cup in that same spell. But that own goal from Zhao Schmidt is just typical of the way it's been going for Kawasaki Frontale, who will go again at the weekend. At home to Kashiwa Reysol before they travel to league leaders Vissel Kobe. Still plenty of games to go to get themselves back into proceedings, but the side have lost 6 times this season in the league, who lost only 8 in the whole of the last campaign. Heading for their second defeat now in the League Cup as well, which will take them to 8 losses in all competitions this season. Sasaki. Away from Kante, here's Schmidt. Sakai intercepting. Yamamura. Well, that goal for Urawa Reds changes everything really for Kawasaki Frontale, who won't be fully in control of their own destiny going into the final game. They will have to try and win at Shonan Bellmare and see what happens in terms of winning the group, or indeed getting into the quarter-finals as one of the best second-place sides. Every variable is possible going into the final round of games. Free kick swung in by Seko, but gathered by Suzuki. Back to that big save from Anaga's header. He certainly played his part today, Zion Suzuki, in what looks like a victory for Urawa Reds. And he mustn't know which way to turn at the moment. No matter what team he puts out, no matter what the situation within a game, it is rapidly becoming the same outcome. And Kawasaki Frontale, who had that run of 4 unbeaten, 3 straight wins, have now followed it up with what looks like 3 straight defeats in all competitions. They're going to sink to the bottom of this group with one game to go, but still everything to play for. Takahashi losing possession. And Urawa Reds have their first League Cup win of 2023. They have turned this game around against Kawasaki Frontale. All four teams, though, can still qualify going into the final round of action on June the 18th. So much excitement to come in Group B. Segawa putting Kawasaki Frontale in front, but second half goals from Kante and then a cruel own goal from Zhao Schmidt a minute from the end, giving Urawa Reds their first win of this competition. It is a win and 4 draws. They are 5 unbeaten, and they move to the top of this group, level on points with Shimizu S-Pulse, who in turn are just a point and a couple of points ahead of Shonan Bellmare and Kawasaki Frontale. Nothing decided yet then in Group B in the YBC Levain Cup, with one game to go. All four teams remain in contention. It's finished here. Urawa Reds 2, Kawasaki Frontale 1.
インタビューよろしいでしょうか。酒井宏樹選手に来ていただきました。勝利おめでとうございます。早速相手のオウンゴールを引き出したクロスのシーンから振り返ってください。
そうですね、友がうまく開けてくれてコンビネーションでホセがそのまま俺を見てくれてたので、大きなスペースが空いたんでね、オウンゴールはラッキーな部分がありましたけど、でも精度のいいクロスがもっといくようにまた明日から練習したいなと思います。
それにしても今日はベンチでご覧になっていて、早めに先制されて難しい流れをチームメートがよく戦って同点になってから、そして酒井さんが投入されて、酒井さんずいぶん攻めに行ってましたね。
そうですね、負けている状態だったのでコントロールというよりはチームに勢いをつけるような、プレーの方がいいのかなと思いました。でもフルコートのプレーっていうのは本当に久々だったので、息のフィジカル面っていうんですかねの方は全然まだまだなので、次のリーグ戦に向けて整えていければなと思います。
ただ今その久々なんでとおっしゃいましたけど、まさにサポーターの皆さん嬉しかったと思います。ACL のファイナル勝った時以来のピッチってどうでしたか、このサイスタ。
そうですね、やはりここは特別な場所ですし、サポーターの前でね負ける姿は見せられないので、今日勝つことができてほっとしてます。
本当に大きな1勝ですね、これ。
そうですね、本当に次につながる勝だと思いますし、高い順まだ見てないですけど、次勝てば突破できると思うので、今日引き分けなのか勝ちなのかっていうのは全然違うので、今日はチーム一体となって勝利を喜びたいなと思います。
最後に今日放送席牧野さんなんです、解説。
マギ来てる試合はね逆転勝利が多いんで、はい、縁起いいのかなと思いますし、浦和にすごい愛着ある方なので、すごく愛のある言葉をいつももらってます。
勝利おめでとうございました。酒井選手に伺いました。いらっしゃいました。では早速伺ってまいります。おめでとうございます。
Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
早い時間に相手に先制をされて難しい試合だったと思います。それを勝ち抜いた選手たちの戦いぶり、どんな風に見ていらっしゃいますか。
Yeah, we started this game wrong. It's in a not good way.
良くない立ち上がりでした。
But I think we had 20-25 minutes to start feeling self-confidence in this new setup.
メンバーを入れ替えて挑んだ試合で自信を持ってプレーできるようになるまで20分25分ぐらいかかってしまいました。
Because after this first moment, minute by minute, we were playing better, and our motivation also was on the top level today.
良くない立ち上がりから1分ごとにプレーが良くなっていく印象がありました。モチベーションも高かったと思います。
その辺もあったでしょうか。ハーフタイムメンバーを変えなかったあたりというのは。
Yes. I told them that they are starting doing a good job in first half. So we need to continue. We need to push opponent more harder, and it was good.
ハーフタイムでは前半が良かったのでこのまま続けていこうと、さらに押し込んでいこうという話をしました。で良かったと思います。
辛抱した結果、カンテ選手の移籍後初ゴールが生まれました。
Yeah, for me second because one was after VAR was cancelled, one goal of Kante.
一度 VAR で取り消しになったゴールもありましたので、私にとっては2点目です。
Was very nice. So yes, of course, this is very important for the striker to start scoring. So
良かったと思います。ストライカーにとって点を取るというのは大事なことですから。
であと1問、辛抱の末の決勝ゴールが生まれて勝ちました。このことについて。
Yeah, we were a little bit lucky about this goal, but we were trying so hard. So I'm very happy that this job was on the end for winning.
少し幸運な形での決勝ゴールとなりましたけれど、それまでみんながトライし続けたからこそ生まれたゴールだと思います。
おめでとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
チェイス・コルジャ監督に伺いました。
プロ入的気になるオタクたち外国人編。あの大物メジャーリーガーの実力は本物。